back to Nice Smiles! Hello everybody! It has been a little bit of time. It has been a little while. I am bringing back the OG hair. Why? You may be asking. Because I got a book to talk, well I have like a lot of books to talk about today. I could not sit down for this video. I literally had my little chair and my little camera and I was like sitting down and I just got so excited talking about the books. I was like, all right, I need to move up this setup and we're gonna be standing. So I got my books in the background and I'm ready to go. Okay, so today I have my February book haul and I have Bookoutlet books. I have 2 Fairyloot boxes and I have a book here that I'm so excited to talk about that will explain my entire thing going on here right now. So just hang on. I can't wait. Let's just get into this. Let's go. I received this book as a paid promotion with Disney Publishing, so thank you so much to them for sending me The Beautiful Bells by Danielle Clayton. I was trying to recreate the look. I'm really white right now. The camera's making me look really white, but we're like the same color in real life, okay? But anyways, yes, I was trying to recreate this look today. This is what I was going for, was the bells look in honor of the book release. I spent the good hour this morning trying to like get the makeup and everything and the flowers and all of that all down. So what is the bells about, you're wondering? Follows our main character. Now she's living in New Orleans. Now in this world, everyone is sort of gray and I guess colorless in a way, and there are these special people called the bells who hold the key to beauty and are the only people that can make other people beautiful or give them color and that kind of stuff, or at least that's what I'm getting from the synopsis. Now it sounds like a really interesting concept here, and our main character, she is a belle and her goal in life is to become the chosen sort of belle for the king and queen, and so her job would be to tailor to them and to give them beauty and all of that kind of stuff. So it's probably like the highest standing she can get for who she is. I get like a heck yes for diversity. This is like, I can only name like a handful of covers with like girls of my similar race. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yes, points for diversity, points for diversity. Next book, I received this book from the author Dejay. Hi Dejay, I'm probably saying her name wrong. I apologize in advance, but she reached out to me on Instagram and she is I believe a self-published author. She wrote this book called Asylum 54, and this book is a like sci-fi futuristic novel, and you guys know me, sci-fi is like my life. That's like, what is sci-fi? Sci-fi, if you look up sci-fi in the dictionary, a picture of my face like shows up. This, like, it's hard to describe this book, but it's like a sci-fi futuristic book, and you just have to check it out. I'll include all the links down below, but this cover is absolutely gorgeous, and another heck yes for brown girls on the cover. Thank you Dejay, thank you. I'm already 100 pages into this book and it is so fast paced, and I was like tearing up in the beginning because it just starts off in the middle of an action scene, and I am so excited to continue with this book. So definitely put this one on your list. Next book that I received from Orbit Books, I believe that is, yes, orbitbooks.net is the publishing company for this one, and I am so excited. So this book is by Mira Grant, but Mira Grant is Sheena McGuire's pen name, and if you don't know who Sheena McGuire is, she is literally the best author in the world. She wrote one of my favorite series. She wrote the Wayward Children series, Every Heart a Doorway. You guys know that's my shiz. That is my heart and soul. So I reached out to the publishing company and I was like, can you send me any of her other books? I need more Sheena McGuire. And then I found out her pen name was Mira Grant, and I found out she had a new book coming out, and they sent me over to Orbit Books, and Orbit Books sent me Into the Drowning Deep. So this book sounds so interesting, you guys. Like this, like, oh, thriller, sci-fi. In this book, this team of people previously tried to film like a fake documentary capturing this creature, like this sort of kraken, giant octopus creature that lived in the Mariana Trench. So they went down to film this fake documentary and they never returned. And so everyone's like, what happened? Was it real? Is it all a hoax? So now, a few years later, another team is going down to actually see and try and find out what happened with that fake documentary. Where do the people go? Our main character in this book, her sister was one of those people that went to go and film this fake documentary and never returned. So it's like a very personal thing for her. She wants to know what happens. And so they're going down into the Mariana Trench. Now it's like a real deal documentary going on. They're gonna go find out what happened. And it just sounds so cool. And Sheena McGuire is amazing. So I'm so excited to read a book that's of a different genre than like her young adult series. So this should be really fun. Now moving into the Bookoutlet books. I am so excited here. The first book I got here because of my friend Dylan the Reader 5 here on BookTube and also Instagram. This is his favorite book of all times, and every time I talk to him, he's like, did you read We Are the Ants yet? Did you read the book? We Are the Ants by John David Hutcherson. This book follows a teenage boy. He is just dealing with so much in regards to his personal life, with his mother, with every person in his life. There's something just really tragic going on, and it's just really sad. One of the biggest things that happened was his boyfriend committed suicide. I think it was like a year ago. It was pretty recently, and so he's just very depressed, very unhappy, and on top of that, he is being abducted by aliens regularly, which sounds like a really weird concept to mix with, you know, depression and things like that. It sounds like it would just be a contemporary book, but there is this sort of like sci-fi feel to it as well. Anyway, so the aliens tell him that they are going to destroy the world and that he has the choice to save it if he wants to by pressing this red button, but because he has dealt with so much just negativity and just tragic events in his life, he doesn't know if he feels like the world is worth saving. And so this is like his journey in deciding. I think he has like 147 days to decide or something like that, so pretty crazy. This is Dylan's favorite book, and he said he cried when reading this multiple times. So I'm really excited to read this one. Next book here, I finally got my hands on. I have been waiting to read this since the day it came out, Because You Love to Hate Me. And this is by a collection of authors and booktubers here on BookTube. Some of my friends have short stories in here. Nicola Yoon, Victoria Schwab, Renee Addier. So it's like a lot of big names. I'm super excited to dive into this one. Next book! This is one of my new favorite series. I don't have the first book because I lent it to a friend. That's how much I love it. I'm just like, I told my friend Micaiah, I'm like, Micaiah, you need to read this book. I'm giving it to you. I'm entrusting it to you. Read it and absorb it. Perfect by Cecilia Ahern. This is the second book in the Flawed series. The first book, Flawed, is about this dystopian society in which when people commit any sort of crime or do something bad, they receive a mark for it. So if they steal something, they get like a burn mark on their hand so that everyone knows they stole something. It's a very bad society. If they lie, they get a burn mark on their tongue. A brand. That is the word for a burn mark. A brand. It was the most fast-paced, amazing dystopian book. Highly recommend it. Second book, Perfect, is here, and you guys, this is the craziest. Like, look at this cover. Look at this. Yes! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just loving all the brown ladies on these covers. Thank you. This is the second book in that series, and I received a partial ebook copy that I'm like the kind of person, I don't want to just read a partial of the copy. I need the whole thing. So I finally have the whole thing here, and I'm so excited. It's so beautiful, and yes. Also, I forgot to mention, I say this in all my videos, but I'm a vlogger friend with Bookoutlet, so I have a link down below if you want to check out all these books that I got on Bookoutlet. They'll be on a giant page. You can just check it out. All links will be down below. Next book I got here is one of my favorite series ever, and I haven't read it since I was probably like 8 years old, 9 years old maybe. I don't remember how long ago I read this. I am currently trying to collect all of my favorite series from when I was like 10 to maybe like 15. And this is one of those series. First 3 books in the series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. This book series was my like go-to series. Like before I discovered Percy Jackson, this was the series that I read, and this is a series that I just loved. If you don't know what it's about, it follows 3 children who were recently orphaned, who just go through a series of unfortunate events but find their way out of those unfortunate events, and it's just the best series ever. And if you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie, but read the books first and then watch the movie. The next book I picked up is another book series that I read the first 2 books, and this series is so underrated, you guys. Like, this author Like, it's so good. Fablehaven by Brandon Mull. I would recommend this series to you guys now. It is so amazing. It follows a brother and a sister who, for the summer, go to their grandparents' house, and the grandparents live on this giant property with a forest. I want to say it's not like a farm. It's more of like a foresty sort of property. They always just thought their parents took care of like the wildlife and stuff that lived in the property. Little did they know that the property is actually full of magic and crazy magical creatures. Some of them really dangerous and scary. And their grandparents are like caretakers for all of these crazy magical creatures, and they learn about this, and then every summer they go back, and it's just like, it's so cool, it's so good. So anyways, it's something that I've really wanted to reread. I was talking about it with one of my friends at college, Liv. Hi Liv, if you're watching this, but she was saying, you know what book series is so underrated? The Fablehaven series. And I'm like, that was my shit. I have the first book. My goal is to collect all of the books. I think there are like 8 books in the series, and I want to continue reading it because I only got through like the first 2 books. So yes. Last but not least, the last box set that I picked up is by the same author, and again, this is a series. I read like the first 2 books, and it was after I discovered Fablehaven that I just like googled the author and like started reading all of his books. But I read the first 2 books in this series, and it is the Beyonders series, and it still has the plastic wrap on it, but it's in hardback, and it is so beautiful. Beyonder series is another amazing series. This one follows a boy who actually ends up going to this whole other world and like going on this like adventure. It's hard for me to describe, but then he gets kicked out of the world for some reason and comes back, and then like tries to find his way back, and like goes back and like ends up saving this other world. It's just really crazy. It's called the Beyonders. He's like a kid who travels beyond his world. That's why it's called the Beyonders. They have the first 3 books now, and it's again totally underrated. Like, look how cool that is. My like 13-year-old self is just coming out now. It's just coming out. Now to get into the Fairyloot boxes, I'm gonna open the first box here. I already see a Funko toy. Yes! Okay, the first thing that this box came with was this little candle that was Prince Eric scented, and I used half of it already. It kind of has like some incense stuff in there, but the power went out at my house and we didn't have any candles, and I'm like, I bet you there is a candle in my Bookoutlet, or not Bookoutlet, in my Fairyloot box. I don't know, it smells like salty but also sweet. It just smells like the ocean, like Prince Eric. The theme for December was oh so regal, so I'm not gonna look at the back because it tells you all the details about what's in it. Cute little Funko toy, and it is a full-size Funko toy, you guys, and it is Little Mermaid, and it is so cute. The next thing in here is this little pencil pouch, and it says virtuous and fair. The next thing in here is this little notepad, and I think it says Victoria Aveyard on it, so I think it's Red Queen themed. Then there's this little keychain, and it says, what does it say on it? Books Rule. And then we have a little book sampler here, and it says Rose Marked by Livia Blackburn. Uncorrected proof. What's in here? I'm so excited. I love mystery books. Everlist by Sarah Holland. Oh my gosh, I have heard of this book. Blood is money, time is power, desire is treachery. Welcome to Everlist. Da, da, da. This book sounds like it's right up my alley. Just like blood, treachery, desire for treachery. Let me just say, I'm pretty sure this is the UK cover, since this is like a UK book box, and I love it way more than the US cover. Can we just like take a second? Let's quickly, last thing, open the second box, and then we'll be done. Then you can go. This here is actually the January box then, and oh my god, is this Rowan? I think this is Rowan from Throne of Glass, but I could be wrong. It looks kind of like Rowan, like a younger Rowan. Theme for January was Talk Fairy to Me. Ooh, more candles. Thing in this box is a candle, you guys, and it is a full size, or I'm not sure if this is full size. It looks like a full size candle in a glass jar, and it is Prince Carden. Fairyloot exclusive. So I don't know who Prince Carden is, but this candle is supposed to smell like him, and I mean, I think he'll smell good, probably. I think Prince Carden is whoever the character is in the book of the month, so we'll have to see. He's not a Sarah J Maas character, I don't think. So we're gonna have to find out. I need to know what this Prince Carden smells like. Oh my god. Very earthy. A little bit of vanilla. I like it. I like it, Carden. The next thing in here is a giant piece of fabric. Oh my gosh, it's another pillowcase. Yes! Next thing in here is a pillowcase, and it says, only you can decide what breaks you. Oh snap! at that. Can you see this? Look how beautiful that is. Oh my god. I love this quote. I need to know what this book is already. Okay, we're gonna hurry up and get to this book because this quote and this candle have made me like, left me in suspense here. The next thing in here is a mini coloring book, you guys. Look at this, a mini coloring book. Oh my god. This is so cool. It is Fairyland, Mystical Beasts and Color. Look at this. Whoa, holy smokes. What the heck? Oh, I rest my case. Fairyloot is the best book box there is. Next thing in here is Reasoned and Feyre in bookmark form. This is very obviously Reasoned, and this is very obviously Feyre, and my camera just doesn't want to focus on them, but they're little bookmarks. You guys know I don't use bookmarks very often, but I will make an exception for Reasoned and Feyre. The next thing in here is a lip balm, and it is Seelie scented, which Seelie is like the high fae, right? So very cool, very cool. Then we have 2 art prints, which I am so excited about. I'm not sure who this is. This is either Feyre or Selena. I don't know which one, but I think it's Selena because I am 100% sure that this is Rowan. I can add it to my art wall. If you guys can see, I have a wall over there with all like artwork and art prints and stuff, so now I can have these 2 guys. The back. Okay, so this one says, we all tell the truth as we see it, do we not? Cassandra Clare. Do not lose your heart to a fairy prince. It never ends well. Julia Kagawa. Oh. Well, I'm still gonna lose my heart to a fairy prince because we all know how that goes. Lastly now, we finally can get to this book that I am just been left in suspense. I need to read. Can I read this, please? Okay. And the book is, oh my gosh, yes, oh my god. I was literally gonna order this book last night. I am so happy I waited. The book of the month for January was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is another fairy book. Holly Black is like, I've been told, the queen of fairy books. So what was that guy's name from the candle? Caden? I think there's gonna be a Caden in this book, and I'm really excited. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for sticking around if you made it to the end of this ginormous book haul. Until next time, keep reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!